Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another capsule selection. Today, I am here to present to you guys one of the most coveted lists on the fragrance community boards and Fragcom in general. That is the fragrances of fall. This here are my most addictive and the most alluring fragrances in my collection. And I'm here to present the ones to you, the top 10 or so that I think I aspire to wear this coming fall season. If that sounds like the type of content you think you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dry Down. This is the channel that we aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the understanding of the different aromas, facets, and nuances from scent, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's experience. Today, we're going to kick off this fall preview list or aspiring fall preview list with one of my favorite leather-based fragrances. That is from the house of Thameen, and that is Thameen's Regent Leather. Now, for me, Thameen Regent Leather is one of the very best comforting leather fragrances that you could put on your skin. This is a fragrance built around a top opening of Amalfi lemon, a nicely done heart accords of fresh spiciness that are composed of saffron and cardamom, a little bit of jasmine and rose in the mid. All compounds itself to come to a nice, sexy feeling, vanillic, leathery fragrance that I say anyone who's a fan of the leather accords and fragrances and woody ambery accords in general should get their nose on this particular scent. As I stated, it rounds itself out in the base with a nice touch of balsam from the Gershom balsam, leathery notes, labdanum, patchouli, musk, and vanilla. Of course, this is a top 10 leather fragrance for me. I've already presented that as such, and I think anyone who gets their nose in this can and will agree with me on that. That is Thameen Leather, first in the list of fall fragrances for 2023. Next up on the list, guys, I have a fragrance here by the house of Dusita Paris. This is one fragrance that I picked up in the spring, did a full review on. This is Montri. This is one of the very best dried fruit oud rose accord fragrances. This is so refined, so beautifully done, sexy, alluring, sophisticated, professional, intriguing, mysterious. This is one of those better fragrances on the market that you don't hear about as often as I think you should. And this is one of those fragrances, it's a fragrance house that does not get picked up a lot, I'm sure, because it's only in boutiques. It's not in your mainstream stores and department stores. But when it comes to oud, rose, mossiness, a little bit of leather, just a beautiful fragrance that can be compared to anything that is of the luxury and niche high-end fragrances. So the Rosias, the Fragrance du Bois, the Boudicca's, this will go head to head with any of those fragrances the way that this one is made and composed. As I stated, one of the very best warm, sexy dried fruits, leather, 2 accords of rose, one rose de mai, the other being damask rose. You also have a base of woody oak and patchouli, tonka bean for sweetness, agarwood, a very beautiful fragrance. I also did a full review on this particular scent. Go back into my archives if you choose to and find out what it is I spoke about on this. But this is a very gorgeous wearing fragrance from the house of Dusita Paris, and this is Montri. Next up on the list, guys, what I have from you is from the house of Mason Francis Kurkdjian. And this is one of the fragrances that made me fall in love with the house of Mason Francis Kurkdjian after being introduced to them early in my fragrance collecting career. This is a fragrance that is built off of a very gorgeous note of saffron. Aromatic, woody, oud, fresh spice. You have elemi, oud, patchouli, and cedar in this particular scent. This is one of the most beautiful, professional, sophisticated scents in such a way contrasting to Dusita's fragrance. This one is the epitome of gray suit in the fall. This is flannel suit. This is luxury attire. This is high-end, very bougie scent. If you want to feel luxurious and bring that entire look together, this is the scent to put on. Saffron, elemi, oud. This is a beautiful fragrance done by the house of Mason Francis Kurkdjian. And that is the number 8 spot on my list of fragrances for fall 2023. So guys, next up on my list, there's a fragrance that I have not spoken about on my channel yet that I find to be one of the most seductive based fragrances that come around the accord of cinnamon that I've ever smelled in my life. I picked this up earlier this summertime and I've been blown away by this particular scent, and this is Ouverture, the velvet line from, it used to be Suspiro, but it's the velvet line from the house of Xerjoff. This here, to me, I fell into a gem when I picked this up. I saw this scent on a lot of women reviewers' fragrance lists saying that this is one of the sexiest things that they had smelled on men and would love to smell on a man. And I paid attention to that notion, and I went and picked up this on a blind buy. And I'm telling you, when this scent built off a opening that is, I mean, this so alluring. I don't even know. Describing it, I would have to give this one. Of course, I will eventually give this a connoisseur's conversation. But all in all, for this list, I'll give you the main accords I get and what makes it so profoundly beautiful to me. This is a cinnamon-based scent based around a opening of fig, soft, warm fig, a very gorgeous ylang ylang, rose, and jasmine mid that Chris Maurice put together, along with a ambery, incensey, warm, woody base of sandalwood, cashmere wood, and with also a touch of vanilla. Gorgeous, gorgeous scent. I think that more people, especially the masculine, when you get this on your skin, you're going to see exactly what type of magic this particular scent does. But I'll give this a connoisseur's conversation and let you guys know exactly what I feel overall. But for right now, this is one of the top 10 fragrances I'll be wearing in the fall of 2023. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, what I have for you is one of my favorite ambery, sweet, vanillic, incense-based fragrances that was done by Dominique Ropillon by the house and for the house of Olfactivo Laboratorio. I also did a connoisseur's conversation on this, and I hope many of you paid attention to that one, because this here is a very well-priced niche scent that gives you such allure and attractive. This is one of my favorite sexy, cuddle, date night type fragrances that will go off spectacularly in the autumn evenings, just sexy as all hell. This is not a work scent. This is not a daily scent. This is one of those scents you put out for a special occasion, being it for some like a night of seduction, built off of an opening that is super succulent from pineapple and saffron, olebanum in the mid with a nice touch of warm burning incense with tonka bean, and also the base that is so seductive. The vanilla that Dominique Ropillon used in this, along with the musk accord, made this one of the sexiest fragrances you could put on your skin in the fall weather. And I am looking very much so forward to putting this on my skin throughout my date nights this coming fall. That is Laboratorio Olfactivo Vanagloria. All right, next up, guys, I got for you a perennial hit for me. It's an all-occasional Swiss Army knife of a fragrance that is just, when I say phenomenal, I have a connoisseur's conversation on this one. I believe I did a connoisseur's conversation on this one. If not, I have reviewed it in the past. But this here is Rehab by the house of Initio. Initio Parfums put out some of the sexiest fragrances. Their note structures, their building of fragrances, their compounds, and materials that they use very high quality materials. And it shows not only the fragrance and the way they smell, but also the fixatives with the longevity on the skin, the projection. They are compounded spectacularly. And this here, Rehab, is one of the most beautiful, aromatic, sweet, warm, spicy, fresh, spicy style of fragrance that you could put on in the fall season. This one, you could take this throughout every occasion in life and be the best smelling person in the room. This is built off of a sweet lavender with a bergamot opening, a mid that goes into a cedar and vetiver core with a nice patchouli hit, and it settles into that beautiful guaiac, musk, and sandalwood base that is just tremendous. When I say a Swiss Army knife, I don't mean like one you could toy or play around with. I mean one to put on as a gentleman, one to put on as a professional, one to put on as a lover, one to put on as a seducer. That is this particular scent, in my opinion, and it has done everything for me in that way, shape, and form. That is Rehab by the house of Initio Parfums. Great fragrance. So next up, guys, what I got for you here is a fragrance. I shouldn't have to put too many of you guys up on this, but if I have not, and you have not seen this fragrance, let me put you up on some game. This is Mortal Skin by Stephane Umber Luca. This is one of the most not only gorgeous bottles, but this scent is one of the very best fruity, spicy, balsamic, and woody with a slight touch of aromatic fragrances that you can put on your skin. This fragrance here has not been duplicated, and I don't think ever will be duplicated because of the way that he compounded this, the flair, he knocked this. Let me give some points on this one as something that I will do a review on. But quickly, what you have in this is the obscurity of putting in an ink note. And who would have ever thought that an ink note could be something as beautiful as it is in this particular fragrance? You have blackberry that comes off so seductive and sweet, but not joyful or playful. Very, very subdued, very powerful. Incense and labdanum in the open. The heart goes into a nice apoplinax, a resinous myrrh with a nice iris accord along with a cardamom and artemisia, making that one of the sexiest openings to mid transitions. But it does not stop there. It stays very resinous to go along with the nice styrax, ambergris, Atlas cedar, Virginia cedar, and sandalwood, of course. And then a leathery birch over a sweet, warming, seductive, and sexy musk. This fragrance here is one that was a darling of FradCon when I first got into it, and I don't know what made it skip back and forth, but to me this is still a darling of the fragrance community. Very sexy, sensual, date night, evening out, elegant fragrance for any man to put on his skin to show that side of himself to his opposite lady sex for appeal. That is Mortal Skin by the house of Stephane Umber Luca. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, what I have for you is one of the fragrances that I picked up maybe a month ago, early August. This is Astaral by the house of Xerjoff from their K collection. Used to be the house moniker of Kimmy. They've done such an excellent job with this particular scent that I think everyone should know about it. And this one as well, I will be doing a connoisseur's conversation on to give you all the breakdown of how it is that this fragrance feels on me and how beautiful it is. But as a quick reference to this and what it is, you have a opening accord of which I've never heard of, which made me intrigued to buy this. You have Shamama Attar, which is an Indian attar accord. It comes with a sweet and vibrant balsamic touch to the opening, added with pink pepper and anise seed. It then goes into a very seductive rose, labdanum, amber wood, and violet heart. So it's a bit leathery. It's mossy because you have moss in the base with patchouli and cedar. Amber and oud round out the base of this. So all these particular scents notes, along with the Shamama accord, this is sexy as hell, man. This is one that I think if Xerjoff was not releasing 10,000 fragrances per month, a lot of people would have adapted to and picked up on for what it is and how it smells. It's gorgeous. Very, very seductive. Very, very alluring, mysterious because of these high pitches of floral, sweet, candied-like woods, and the spiciness from the anise and that violet come together to clash to make it a nice, warm, and seductive leather fragrance. The Shamama accord is to me, is one I want to pick up on more. But all in all, I'm going to give you a full review on this. But for right now, the Astaral from the house of Xerjoff K collection, beautiful, beautiful fragrance to bring it to the fall. I can't wait to wear this more and more every day. So what I have up next for you guys, this is my daughter's favorite perfume in my collection. This is by the house of Dubai, Spirit of Dubai, Majalis, and might I say she has picked a winner. This is one of the most profound, beautifully fruity, warm, spicy fragrances. This here smells like a cherry, strawberry pipe, hookah, tobacco that I can't get enough of this fragrance. They, like Roja, even more than Roja, build their fragrances off of up to 25 and 30 scent notes. I cannot dispel for you each one of them. I know what I pick up is a very lush garden fruit variety, spicy, woody, sexy, warm, candy, dried fruits as well. All the florals, powdery touches, woody touches. This scent, so complex, so beautiful. Just describing this, it's, if you want to talk about note structures, this one here, like I said, is one that is so just a behemoth of notes. But at the end of the day, the sexiness of this particular scent comes from the notes of warm, dried, and succulently dripping, wet, sexy ass fruit. Just imagine yourself feeding your lady sexy ass fruit out of a fruit dish while y'all making love, man. This shit is dope. It is a dope fragrance, and that is Majalis by the House of Spirit of Dubai. A very sexy, warm, fruity, spicy, even some coffee in there, some peach, some raspberry, apple is in there, anise, cacao, saffron, patchouli, gaiac wood. There's so many accords in this. It's a beautiful, beautiful scent that they made, and it's a very, very beast of a fragrance. It stays on the skin hour upon hour, projecting for hour upon hour on you, making you smell like the very best. That is the Spirit of Dubai, Majalis. Get your nose on that one if you have not. And so guys, last but not least on this list, this is by far one of my personal favorite fragrances in this entire world. This scent here for me is me. This one speaks me. This one speaks of me. This one speaks to me. This is Cartier's Oud Amber. One of the best benzoin oud ambery fragrances. I had one of my very best connoisseurs conversations when I made this and talked about this particular scent. All in all, to me, this is one of, if not the one, when it comes to amber and oud based fragrances. The seductiveness, the appeal of this, the way that this was made. I can't get enough of this particular scent. For me, like I said, this one is the statement of me. This one is crisp. I love it. This is my fall fragrance, and I can't wait to get into my rotation this coming fall, just to feel it, smell it, be around it, make me feel uplifted, make me feel like I am the master of my domain and my existence. Gorgeous scent, man. This shit is the dopest. And that is the number one on my list for a reason, and that is the Oud and Amber by Cartier. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my content for you guys today. This has been my list of fall fragrances that I aspire to wear most this coming fall. These are scents that are in my collection, new and some old, and some of my first collection. This is a list of niche and luxury fragrances that I like to bring in and have appeal this coming fall. I hope that this list is something that you could take reference from and pick and choose as you see fit. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. You guys have a blessed day. Cheers.